In Congress are on the ballot as You Decide 2014. In the race for the 8th Congressional District, Republican incumbent Reid Ribble is being challenged by Democrat Ron Gruett. Gruett is a member of the Chilton City Council and a professor at Marian University. Ribble was first elected to Congress 4 years ago. Fox 11's Andrew LaCombe sat down with each candidate ahead of next week's election. This morning, he brings us both sides.
Ron Gruett says if he's elected to Congress, his top priority would be Social Security. He says he opposes any reductions to the program.
I would actually try to make Social Security stronger.
Government projections show Social Security trust funds will run out in 17 years, which would mean the program couldn't give out full benefits. Representative Ribble says he is committed to preserving Social Security, but he says Congress must act soon.
We need to find a reform mechanism for this program so that it's protected for our children, which are future seniors, and current seniors.
Both Ribble and Gruett propose raising the limit on wages that can be taxed for Social Security. That limit this year is at $117,000. If that limit is raised, people earning more than that would have to contribute more to Social Security. Ribble also says he supports raising the retirement age for some career fields, and he wants annual cost of living adjustments to reflect seniors' actual costs, so no seniors live in poverty. Social Security is the federal government's largest single program. Its costs account for about 1/4 of the government's budget. Another issue Ribble or Gruett could face next year is the federal minimum wage. President Obama has called on Congress to raise it by nearly $3 to $10.10 an hour.
I'd even be willing to have...
Gruett says a higher minimum wage would reduce costs for government assistance programs.
Absolutely. I am for the 10-10 minimum wage. It's not a living wage, but at least it gets people closer to a living wage.
But Ribble says he doesn't think the federal government should set a minimum wage.
Having a wage that's one size fits all, which is the typical way that the left has taken this, doesn't really work. And so it needs to be localized to the degree that it can be localized, at least at the state level.
The federal government has set a minimum wage since 1938. The last 5 years, it has been at $7.25 an hour. Wisconsin's minimum wage is the same. Meanwhile, the facts show incumbents in the House of Representatives have a big advantage when running for re-election. 2 years ago, 90% of incumbents kept their seats. Overall, since 1964, the re-election rate is 93%. Andrew LaCombe, Fox 11 News.
Now, looking at this map, the 8th District covers parts of 11 counties in northeast Wisconsin, basically from the Appleton area north. There is also a race in the 6th Congressional District. We'll have more on that tomorrow night in a Fox 11 You Decide 2014 special. You can see it at 9:30 p.m. right after Fox 11 News at 9.